What's up, everybody? It's Teague from Battle City Games, and today I'm here with a little bit something different for you. As you may have heard, Lightning Overdrive just recently got its full TCG spoiler released, which means we have a lot to look forward to in the coming weeks, and we know what all of the expensive cards in the set will probably be, such as Diviner of Herald, Drytron, Mu, Beta, Fafnir, but we're going to talk about some of the budget cards that you should be looking out for today. So let's go ahead and dive on in to look at the top 5 budget cards you should be picking up out of Lightning Overdrive. Number 1 is going to be Brigade Bear Bloom. This is the Link to Brigade monster that will allow us to search for any Brigade trap when we activate its effect. Brigades have already been gaining some popularity with several Zodiac builds doing well in the recent Extravaganza event, and this deck is only going to get better once we see this card out of Lightning Overdrive, so it's smart to go ahead and pick up your copies for that $1.50 range that you'll probably see them at before they start to disappear off the market if the deck continues to do well. In the number 2 slot, we're going to be talking about Dark Infant at Ignister. Ignister is a deck that's had some great success recently in the OCG, but over here in the TCG we haven't had Dark Infant in order to really get the deck going. Dark Infant is a Link 1 monster. When Link summoned, you get to add the Ignister field spell directly from your deck to your hand. So this is kind of the backbone to the deck that's going to give you that consistency that you need. And if the deck starts to see the same success over here that we've seen it had periodically in the OCG, then you could easily see this card start to go up in price. So better to go ahead and get yours now while they are cheap. The third card we're talking about today is going to be Anshamufreg. This is a card that I have not seen get a lot of discussion lately, but I think it's a great card for any tribute-based archetype, such as True Draco or Monarchs, since when we set it in our Pendulum scale, if we have no other cards in our extra deck, we can just destroy it to draw a card, turning it in essentially to an Upstart Goblin for these decks. Upstart Goblin used to be at 3, but got limited to 1 for a very good reason, because in most cases, playing a 37-card deck is better than playing a 40-card deck. And especially for decks that can struggle with consistency, such as True Draco and Monarch, being able to include 3 of this in your deck to turn your deck into a 37-card deck is definitely the way to go. And then in addition, since if it is in the extra deck and you have no other cards in your extra deck, you can also special summon it back, but banish it when it leaves the field. This turns it into not only a draw 1, but also free tribute fodder for your monsters. Again, I think this card is also going to be in that super rare slot, so better to go ahead and pick yours up now while you can get them cheap. For the number 4 card we're looking at today, it's going to be one of the TCG World Premier's Proof of Proofless. This is another card that just pairs extremely well with the tribute-based archetypes, as you can special summon it if you control no special summon monsters, and after it is summoned, you gain an additional tribute. So again, if you're in a deck like Monarchs, where maybe your Adea gets hit with an Ash Blossom or an Infinite Impermanence, if you're playing Proof of Proofless, you can just special summon it, and it will then grant you that additional tribute in order to get your plays going. Again, this is a card that's going to be in that super rare slot, so it's going to be easy to pick up right off the bat, and good to have in your collection in case we see a tribute-based archetype come back around into the meta. And for the last card we're talking about today, it's going to be Thrawn, the Disciplined Angel. I don't know if you've heard, but Konami recently announced that the Agent Structure deck is finally getting that remaster that we've all been waiting for, meaning that we could very easily see fairies moving back into Tier 1 status very soon, as most of these structure decks that they revamp tend to be extremely powerful. And Thrawn the Disciplined Angel is actually a brand new fairy monster in Lightning Overdrive that says if a Earth Fairy gets sent from your field to the graveyard or your hand to the graveyard, you can special summon Thrawn. And he's just a level 4 fairy monster. So we don't know the cards that are going to be included in that structure deck yet, but if any of them are Earth Fairy monsters, you can bet that this will work as a great extender with the archetype. So it's better to go ahead and have your copies now before they have the chance to go up in price if that does turn out to be the case. Again, guys, these are all great budget cards that you can easily pick up. A lot of times people will end up leaving their super rares even lying around on the table after they get disappointed for not pulling that Starlight rare. So make sure you scoop these up as soon as you have an opportunity so that you don't miss out if any of them do become meta relevant. Until next time, I'm Teague with Battle City Games.